Hey, how are ya? I haven't been live in a few days, eh? If you miss me, hi. Alright, well, tonight's a bit of a mess. Um, about an hour ago, I was in this room. I was starting to set up. I had just over here, so I'll just kind of show, just over to the side. This is not the one that had the moment, but I had a drink with me, and it was a pop, because I like my pop way too freaking much. So I had that, and then I was gonna start setting up for the video, and then somehow my hand stumbled and I spilled Coca Cola all on this mat. And I'm like, no, I like this mat. This mat's new. It's like crap. So right away was okay, clean it up, go get some stain remover spray down the table, and then as they say, let it sit for like 15 minutes and blow it up. I did that. And of course, it's still a little damp because, well, you guys can't really tell, but this is leftover gum crafting paper. It's still picking up some of the liquid off the table. So, and of course, it super smells chemically in here. So, doodles are not allowed in the room because you know, have to clean the desk. Which is for good reason, because I really like this mat. It's like, no, can't ruin it yet. I've only had it for like a couple weeks. It's like, no. So, yeah, that was a great start to trying to do a crafting video, eh? And it's like, all right, well, let's pivot and go do some other things. So, cleaned up and that. Went and had a rinse, not my hair though, because my hair is a total mess. That's a total different mess than that regard. But just enough clean up for the night, settle, and then come down to it's still wet. It was just like here where it all got wet, and then go from there. So tonight is water for more than one reason. Also, water's a good thing, and also, yeah, I should be really be careful what I do in this room. Anyway, so that sucks. My water's not cold. That's not good. I like really ice cold water. Okay, that's the part that was tonight's muck up. In other news, I know this is I'm gonna be a babbly version tonight. I know I mentioned in my newsletter recently about one of my hardships, the difficulties I'm having lately is parking. If you can believe that, I know that just sounds absolutely ridiculous. And since then, I actually came up with a solution, and I've been doing it for probably about a week now. I don't know. I lost count on my days, almost a week, and I think it's working. So because of that, it's got my evenings all jumbled up. It's like because what I was gonna do was before I found the parking situation, I was going to utilize the walking track as a way to do some exercise, then go park my truck, and then come home and do the crafting video. Now it's like, I don't know what the heck I'm doing. So I'm scattered. I'm around, but I'm totally scattered, guys. Like, I am a bit of a mess here. Alright, okay. And then, so the caption of the video is about my mother's Christmas cards. I finished them over the weekend. Yay, I finished them. A little bit of adhesive on here. Just gonna peel it up. So I finished them, and we were done. We were good. She got the cards. That was Sunday. I have pictures on my phone. The videos of what's left of the cards will be released later on, probably in October. The way I've got my plan for my videos, for the trailer videos set up. And then yesterday she calls me up. And she's like, let me see if I can pull up the voicemail. Give me a sec. I don't want to show you her phone number. Alright.
Anyways, I was just wondering, I did my Christmas cards today, and I was wondering if I could have two extra envelopes. There's a reason why it's too long for me to say on the recording here. And also, I was one Christmas card short of what I need, and I was just wondering if I could have another Christmas card one, and with an envelope with it. Okay, let me know. Okay, thank you. Bye.
So I don't know if you guys caught that. So now here's the funny thing. She initially asked for 6 Christmas cards. I made 8. So she got the 8, and she's still 1 short. And it's like, oh my god. Alright, so I gotta make another Christmas card. And then the envelopes is because she screwed them up. Like, of course. Yeah, a little frustrating here. So she messed up the envelopes. So here's the funny thing. This is the way she is. She's going to mail them December 1st. So she decided September 1st she's going to get everything written up and done and sealed and done. And then she found out, oh, one of the people she was mailing, they might be moving. That changes the address in the envelope. Then the other one, she addressed it to kind of sort of the wrong people. Because, well, kind of. Well, no, it's the right people. It's just realizing, oh, wait, one of them is palliative care. She's not sure if they're going to be still among us come Christmas time. So, she's stressing so much about these cards. So, for the card that she messed up on the, and then one of the Christmas cards she messed up on the inside because of the name thing. Because she's not sure she should address it to someone she's not sure is still going to be alive at Christmas time. And I'm like, oh my god. So, she's like, I need another card. Plus another one. So I said to her, look, the insides of the cards I can pull out. I can do a new piece. Now, she thinks it was the purple one. So I did a purple and a red. That way I'll fix this when I see her. So yeah. And then as for the Christmas card, I gotta make a Christmas card. Alright. So I'm doing similar to what I've been doing. I have here some stuff. I'm just reminding myself what I have here. So I've got some white cardstock. I've already cut to her size, 10 by 7, and we're gonna get this going. We're gonna do a good portion for card tonight. And also, I'm testing out an idea because September card class is coming up, fast approaching. I gotta get a plan for what am I making, what am I doing. I don't know yet. I got an idea, and this card layout is gonna help inspire me towards idea. I also gotta be careful because the desk is wet. Alright. And it's occurred to me I didn't stamp the inside of this, so we'll do that shortly. Alright, here's where, just double checking that I'm not gonna get everything wet in here tonight. Alright, speaking of wet, here's more water. Let's get the sponge going. Just gotta be careful, don't get everything wet. So because now it's spraying water everywhere again. Okay. Yes, I am a total chaotic kitty when it comes to crafting. I need a vacation. That's what I was thinking about. I was walking the Doodles this evening, and I'm like, you know what? I'm burning out. I got so much on the go. I've got a couple Christmas markets to get to. I'm just chaotic. I might need a vacation. Alright, let me get a paper towel and clean that mouse that I just got wet. I like this mouse. And I even sprayed it earlier with the cleaner. Not intentionally. It was like, oops, daisy. Yeah, I am totally on the roll lately with chaos. I will find my way. But yeah, after I went and parked my truck tonight, I did a bit, not a full walk, just a little bit of a detour just to kind of clear my brain and think through a few things. And came up with some good ideas on... Whoops, that did not go into my garbage. Okay. Came up with some good ideas on trying to reinvent some concepts. Alright, let's bring back the piece of paper. Now we have a bit of a buffer for the wet section here. So we're going to stamp the inside of this with, good question, a Christmas stamp from unknown source, because that's the way I am. But it's the phrase she wants. It's, we wish you I don't have my words tonight. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year. It's a great face, and the phrase, that's what she wants. So here we go. We're going to real red it. Now, I tried a technique over the weekend where if you pre-wet the stamp, the ink sticks better to it. No, it doesn't. Because I tried it last night and I'm like, no, that it has no. I think it's just the ink. Some inks are better than others. Now this ink, I'm going to go a little less applying. And it still smudges it out, so. Okay, that really smudged it out. And I got crooked too. Oh my. I am on a roll tonight with everything. Alright, let's do it again. Let's take my time. There, that's a little better than the first one. First one got a little smudged out. Okay, so we'll roll with that. Now we'll go to the inside of the card regardless. I'm just going to put that way over there. Okay. So then next up, this is where I'm experimenting. Let me clean that stamp before we completely get distracted. I'm kind of at a crossroads with this. I'm doing the same type of card I'm doing, but I'm not doing 16 pieces for the wreath. Hell no. There's no way, no how. I already did 8 cards like that. I'm not doing another one like that. And because I'm planning for my card class for this month, I want to speed up the process. So, our friend around here graciously allowed me to borrow the Wintry Treetop stamps and dies. And there's a half wreath piece on here. So I used really crappy ink. I'm being transparent here. So I got one on white paper, one on green. I'm going to die cut these out both because I want to see how it looks die cut. And I'm going to see how it looks. I need to color it because I've never used that bundle before. So we're going to do that tonight. So I'm going to bring the scissors back. Trim that other piece of white cardstock down. There we go. I think these scissors are needing to go soon. They're having difficulty. They're old scissors. But I get used to comfortable. Hey Jennifer, how are you? Alright, so I'm going to do some die cutting. Assuming I don't knock something else over on the desk tonight. I already had a water spill earlier in the evening when I was going to jump on an hour ago. Just going to clear some room. Let's get the die cut machine going. Let me get the dies too. That might be useful. I might need them. Alright, so Wintry Treetops dies. This is an oldie. I think this is retired actually. I'll have to look into that. Now I'm curious if it's retired or not. Probably is. Because I borrowed it to be able to work on my mother's Christmas cards, which is taking longer than I intended. And here we are. Still working on them. So I'm just going to... Oh, sorry, I'm off camera. I was going to run this through. That way I just kind of see how this looks. So I can kind of figure out how I want to do this project. And of course, when I run these through again, I'll use better ink than the ink I used. Because at the time, my ink was all put away in boxes from the weekend. So I was like, okay, I'll just use whatever's on the table. Well, whatever's on the table ain't that good. Ooh, I've got some dirt on here. Okay, I totally crooked it pretty bad. But that's okay. That's what happens when you're having fun. Alright, good enough. We're just playing around tonight. And that's it. So, cause I'm curious on which one... Yeah, my die cutting's a little rough on that one. Okay. So I'm just curious what looks better, using green or using the white and coloring it in. I have no idea. Now, next up is some coloring. And I'm going to need something on the table. Not because I made a mess. because you can't color on the surface. See, I kind of really goofed that one pretty bad, but that's okay. Hey, Amanda, how are you? Just playing around with stuff tonight. So, I like this stamp. I really do. The only thing I don't like about it is there's a lot of coloring involved. So it's like, because I'm trying to speed up the process a bit. Alrighty, let's still roll with it. So let me grab some pencils. Let me grab something to at least put on the table. I've got a coloring mat that I use sometimes, so I'll just use that right now. That might make things a little easier. Okay, so let's see what we got to work with here. And I forget which DSP this was. It's an oldie, but that's okay. All right, so I need a green. Now, my options for green are a little limited, so I gotta use what I have available to me. And yeah, long time indeed. I'm doing okay. Just busy, trying to get stuff done. Going a little bit stir crazy here and there. Stuff like that. So here's some greens. And then we're gonna need a red. Let's get cherry cobbler. I'll grab another red here too. There we go. I've been lately less focused. Just kind of lose my funk a bit. That's one way of calling it. So I'm also just going to see on the table what these greens look like. That way I can see which one speaks to me. So probably between these two. I need a sharpener. But yeah, I've just been losing my focus lately. Just too busy. And I'm coming up to my busy season. I've got 3 vendor events next couple months. At least 3 vendor events. There might be more. Work is just crazy busy. It's wearing me out. So it's like, great. Yeah, I know. The phrase I say a lot to myself is so much to do and not enough time. And I'm like, I gotta stop saying that because it's a depressing phrase. I gotta reframe it into something else. So I haven't figured out the words yet. Alrighty. Whoops, I got things knocking everywhere. Actually, I'm just going to pull some of these off because I've had these painter's tape on this piece of paper and mat for a long time. It's not working for me. Okay. Just looking at how... I got my finger sticky. I'm quite a disaster tonight, to be honest. Alrighty. So there's different styles of leaves in that stamp. That's what I'm checking out right now. I'll bring a little more lighter in. So I think for the first color, yeah, it doesn't help that I cut it off accidentally when I stamped it or when I die cut. But let me just color it in and see how I like it. I'm going to go back and forth in the 2 colors because there's a lot of detail to this die, the Stampin' Die, that I didn't realize. I'm not sure if this plan is going to work for what I'm thinking. I'm going to need a 3rd color by the looks of it. Like a brown or something. Okay, I might have to rethink of this plan a little bit. So I want to know at the end, do I use white cardstock or do I use green paper to make this work? And I have no idea. I think both options are going to look really good. It's just what's more effective. And then how do I replicate for a quicker version inside the trailer. That's the problem. I might have to think of a different plan. Because this month is the last trailer class. Then we're going back to online for a while. And I haven't planned my online schedule yet. I swear my to-do list is growing and growing, and I just can't seem to keep up lately. So yeah, I get it that life just keeps kicking my butt these days. I do admit, it looks good colored in on the white. The only downside is it takes more time. So I'm also trying to come up with concepts that, if it's my own project, yeah, I'm going to color it any way I want. But when I'm doing a class, I want to respect the people's time. I don't want to come up with a project that's going to take a stupidly long time when they just want to craft and, get on with it. So that's part of my dilemma. And as much as I love the concept of this, I think I might have to rethink this. But first, let me get the two versions colored up so I can see just what looks better. And I think what might help is use better ink than what I did with these two. What also might help is heat emboss as well. It'll really make it pop. So far the white looks really, really good. So Amanda, how's life up on the hill? I hear it's really good. So I know Evelyn's talked about that property for a long, long time. All the adventures there, the people, the stuff. So there's that one. It actually looks good colored in. But let's do the little berries, for lack of a term. Yeah. Thank you for agreeing. Individual leaves takes a long time. Yep. Yeah. But that's, we live and learn. That's part of why I do these videos, is also to show, hey, stuff takes time. It takes a while to come up with the right concept. Sometimes I get a good idea. Other times I don't get a good idea. Looking for something a little darker than that brown. But all in all, I'll find something that works. Let me try that brown. Let's just see what colors there. There we go, there's a brown. Alright, let's see. That way some of these gets a little bit of a additional color. Yeah, fair enough about takes time to get settled in that. Yeah, that makes sense. It's always stuff to be done. Alright, so that's one of them done. It looks good, just takes a while. Okay, next up. So I'm just going to start with the same kind of concept. And I might just use... Actually, it's really hard to see. I'll admit that. When you're working on the green on green. I bring in my lights more, but then all you're going to see is lights everywhere, so... Yeah, okay. Actually, let me muck with one of my lights as I bump my camera. So, actually, no, that's not going to work. Alright, this camera, you're not going to see me as much for a bit. Because I really need more lights. But yeah, I'm thinking this plan. So definitely harder to color on the green Designer series paper, that's for sure. Because I stamped it lightly, so it's hard to see. So not fair to the participants if they can't see what they're coloring. So yeah, that's definitely not a contender for the card classes, this piece. But, and you guys probably can't even see any of it too. Alright. Yeah, definitely hard to see. That's why I'm purposely using a lighter green all the way through in hopes it comes through. So I wanted to use a die cut. That's what I wanted to use, but I don't like the way it's coming out. Alright, so I don't know if you guys can see it. You can see it now. But yeah, between the two pieces, definitely the white stands out more. So now we've learned something. Use white. But yeah, this is a bit of a fail, but that's okay. Alright, so there we go. I'll hold it up because it is hard to see. So here's the two. It has its charm, the green paper, but is not working. Versus the white works, except I don't want to use the white, but the white still looks good. So yes, white looks better. Now we learned something for tonight. Yay! Alrighty, so we're gonna go with the white. Now next puzzle is. Let me just move some pencils off the side for a sec. The green, I don't know. I might just toss it. We'll see. Or I might throw it into like a bin or something, but it looks like crap. Alright, so the white will kind of work. Now, the next puzzle is to do a wreath out of it. How many pieces am I going to need? Now, my original card concept, let me move the lamp away. Now we don't have to stare at it. What time is that? 27 minutes in? Okay, I'll wrap this up shortly. But I do want to feel out a couple more thoughts before I go. This time, we're going to bring in the black ink. For real. So, at least for now, for the card I do need to make for my mother, the white paper will work. For the card class, I'm going to try two different things. So this was the circle die I was using to do the pieces. So I'm going to do 2 die cuts of that. And then I'm going to try a technique here. Whoops. Which means I'm going to need another white piece of paper. I've got one here. I'm going to need another one. Where's my white cardstock? Hiding from me. Because I got things a little bit in disarray in the room right now. Got my white cardstock. Where are you? Alright, so I need to make another cut here. So I need 2 circles. And my watch is chirping apparently. So this circle is approximately 3.5 inches, which is fine by me. So that will do anyway. So that piece. So I said 3.5 inches. I have an idea. That might work. Let me get that white circle die cut. Because now I'm in the groove. Now I gotta figure this out. Alright, there's one. And yeah, that chemical cleaner on the table is really, really strong. I'm gonna be choking. I gotta cut that piece down a bit. I'm gonna be choking on it tonight. That's what happens when I knock Pop over the table. There, I'll fit that in. And, yeah. But yeah, I'm going to try to get back to more consistent with the videos again. So I know lately I've been super inconsistent, and it's like, yeah. I'm going through stuff. Alright, let's get another one going here. Alright, so. There, I got the white die cut circle. Let me pack up a little bit here. I'm getting chimed. Oh, Evelyn just sent me a video. I'll have to check it out later. More one videos and photos and everything. Alright, so what I'm thinking is, ooh, two ideas. One of these decorated with this on top. The other version is stamped right on it. So I'm going to try the two versions here. So helps if I get the stamps out too. So this is the wintry treetop stamps I'm working with. Super pretty, eh? I'm having a moment. I thought of a simpler version for the card for the class. Yay, I got an idea. Okay, damn it. I need a few minutes here. Yep. This is what happens when I get ideas. I need more white paper here. I'm on a tangent. Because I think this wreath idea is just not going to go. But the birds, the two birds sitting together, will go. Yeah, it's about time, Evelyn. Yep. I have an idea. I need another circle. Because I'm getting ideas. That's how I craft. I'll be in the middle of one idea, and they'll be like, wait, I got a new idea. Alright. Because I thought of something. Oh, so Evelyn has the kitten and Amanda likes. Oh, little kitty. Alright, let me get this cut out, because I still have an idea here. Oh no! Hey Evelyn, I spilled Coca-Cola over my desk tonight, so my desk smells like cleaner right now. So it's kind of stinky. Alright, so there. I had to make a third die cut circle. So I have an idea. Alright. They're a little bit messed up here, but that's okay. So, what I need to do is, I want to do that wreath again. Now. Aw, cute little kitty. Where's my block? Right in front of me. I want to make sure this will fit on here. It should. Okay. So this time I'm using the better black ink. Because Kitty needs to use better materials. And these are red cling stamps, by the way. They're not our photopolymers, in case you guys are curious. And FYI, our red clings are being discontinued. We are not using these in the future. Stampin' Up! Has decided to no more make these guys. So sorry, everyone, about that. If you like the red clings, they're going out the door. Alright, so we got that. Now... Actually, I still need that stamp anyway, but I'll come back to it. I'm on a tangent. Now I need the two birdies because I so have an idea here. So another set of red clings. cute kitty. Short hair, orange and white. Orange and white. Oh. Alright. Okay, this stamp is technically too big for this block, but I'm still going to work with it anyway. We do have bigger blocks. I just tend to keep them tucked away. So I'm thinking, so I'm going to show you guys two concepts soon. 2 or 3. And give me a moment. I'm going to make, shoot, I'm going to make a mess. I need paper. Paper, 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 paper. Okay, I kind of cropped it, but that's okay. So live and learn, flip it over, and do it again. But now I know. Head and head. There we go. There's our 2 birdies. Because the other one didn't come out as nice. So there's our 2 birdies. So I still have an idea here. Alright, we're going to do one of these circles, the wreath, somewhat garland piece, and see if that works out, because I so have an idea. But yeah, it's too bad that the red clings are going. Aw, kitty legs of the name. Alright, so let's see if I can do this right. Alright, so this is the idea with the die cut circle, is kind of stamp around it with that wreathy type look to it, which doesn't look as good now that I'm trying it. I don't like it as much. I think this ink needs a refill. There we go. That still looks cool, but I don't like it. There, we'll have 3 concepts. Now, the coloring I'm not going to do right now because that's just going to take way too long tonight. But let me die cut one more time and I'll show you 3 concepts, ladies. Aw, I'm glad to hear that sister's got a new friend. That's cool. But yeah, let me quickly die cut here. Then we'll definitely call it a night. I need your help, ladies, on the concept. Assuming I don't ruin Elaine stamps here. Alright. Let me, again, one last die cutting. Alright, so it'll be a good one. I mostly promise. Now let's see if I screw it up this time. And let's see if I can find that die. Now this die, I admit, is super finicky. With getting it lined up. So ideally, if you're worried about the die and the paper and all that stuff moving, use some tape to tape it down. But I think I got it this time. We shall find out. Okay, that one turned out good. Takes a bit of practice once you get the hang of how the die looks and how it functions and all that. Okay. So we're going to pretend these are colored in. Okay. Roll with me here. Pretend that one's colored in and these rest on top. Then we have one where you stamp right on. Then you have one with the birds. So that's what I'm going with. So I want to know, do you like the dies version, the stamping only, or just the birds for this project? I would love for you guys to tell me. The card itself, let me bring in the card. So we'll just pretend that it's all done. So that's version 1, colored in, okay. Version 2 is just stamped on here. Version 3 is birdies. Let me know what you think. 1, 2, or 3. Need your input. And while I wait a few minutes, I'm going to color. Once I figure out what the heck I'm doing here. Okay, so Evelyn's for version 1. Okay, cool. Which is this one. So I'm just going to quickly do a bit of coloring here. Since that one has 1 vote, and only 1 vote. Okay, so Amanda likes the first one and the third one. Thank you. Appreciate the feedback. Yeah. I'm probably, just for this card, I'm going to go with the version 1. As for my card class, I might go with version 3, just to simplify it. So we shall see. Thank you, ladies. Because that helps a lot. Because at least the third version, it's less coloring. And I do, and technically I do have a die for that as well. So I might very well use that. Of course, I say that now, and I might have to go die cut that out. Give me a few minutes. Cover all my angles here. But let me finish coloring this one. Yeah, I might restamp that and die cut it out. Yeah, because the only challenge of stamping that on a circle is if you don't line it up well. Like, for example, that was my goof earlier. So, yes, I would suggest for version 3 to not do it on a circle. I know I should go to bed, but I can't resist. And I got like super quiet there as I'm coloring. Okay, so Dalton likes sushi. Okay, interesting. Alright, that's colored in. I'm going to grab a red for the little berries. Okay, got that. And then just a couple of stems need a bit of color. Alright, so this is version 1. And the better black ink works a lot better. So the only thing left I gotta figure out is what's gonna go in the middle. But pretty, yeah, version 1 looks really good. So I'm going with that on this card. I just gotta determine what is it. Alright, now, here's the part where I have to make things more complicated for myself. Double checking that's the piece I need. That's not some other piece. I'll be like, oops a daisy. I got 2 pieces to work with here. Alright, let me pull out the big birdie stamp again. Because I can't resist. I gotta do it again. The little cutie birds. Yeah. Now I don't have the block here for it, but I'm still gonna work with it. Alright. Oh, I'll work on that piece. Okay. I gotta stamp it again. It's gonna bug me. I gotta try it out. So I want to die cut it out and see how it looks die cut. That way I can really make a informed decision. Alright, there we go. Give that a quick moment to settle. And then we're going to die cut those birdies out. There, that's clean. Gonna get that put away. I know I said no more die cutting, and I'm die cutting one more time. Of course I am. And I gotta remember, I don't own these dies. I gotta be careful here. Okay, you are gonna go put away here before I do something stupid and lose it. I even have some sprig type stuff here. Ooh, forgot what else I had on here. I have a really cool border too. That I might very well utilize that for the card class actually. Now that might be more effective than what I've been looking at. Alrighty. Just gonna rip this a little. Alright. One really last die cut here. And I really gotta call it a night. Now just to kind of show on camera a bit, you gotta really line it up good. Takes a bit. I think I got it. Now I gotta be careful of how I sandwich my die cut plates, because if I don't do it right, it's just gonna come out a little bit funky. Alright, now we really should be done for the night. I gotta get my butt to bed. Shoot, it's after 11. Bad kitty. Bad kitty staying up late again. Alright. Here is when I get off the plate. If I can get it off, just flex the plate. It'll come off. There we go. Let's get that put away. We put the dies away too. Now I gotta put it back the way I found it, which is gonna be impossible. Alright, it's good enough for now. Again, I gotta remember, I don't own these. They're not mine. Okay, so here is the Birdies die cut. I think that looks a lot better than the circle. So tell me, circle or die cut? I need to know. I'm just gonna wait here till someone tells me, circle or die cut. And I gotta go to bed, so I'm starting to pack up for the night. Get organized here. Oh. Thinking about this card. Okay, die cut birdies. Alright. So for example, with this card, maybe it doesn't really go with this paper. But I can always put it somewhere else and add a Merry Christmas. And there's a pretty basic card. Alright, thank you ladies for your help. Thank you, thank you. I'm gonna jet for the night. Have a good night. We'll see you soon. Bye for now.